Hey y'all, for the vast majority of y'all out there who don't know who I am, my name is Nick Foster. I'm a freshman in college, and I guess I started this channel because as a conservative college student, you don't hear about that very often. You're definitely in the minority. I just thought I could provide some valuable insight on what really goes on at colleges, culturally and academically, what they teach, my generation, and just what the overall attitude is. And another reason is because alternative media is really on the rise right now. Like only about 60% of Americans say they either have zero or very little trust in the mainstream media. So mainstream media trust is at an all-time low. So that's given rise to a lot of alternative media sources, whether they're right wing or left wing. And I've actually got on my channel, I've got some channels for y'all to check out, and but more on that later. And the last reason I started this channel was just because it's really I mean, sure, it's a very sort of scary time politically and culturally, but it's also, I think, a very incredible and exciting time to be alive. I mean, no one's seen anything like this before, so it's just really interesting, really exciting to live through, I think, and so it's worth making videos and talking about. So yeah, so as this video goes on, I apologize in advance if I look down at all or kind of stop a little bit because I'm not the best at getting my thoughts out of my mouth, and so I wrote some stuff down, some note cards here to help me out. So sorry if it bothers you a little bit. As I move on with this channel, I hope to get better. I hope just my overall quality of videos gets better. So yeah, what I want to talk to y'all about today is, of course, the inauguration of one Donald J. Trump. So, Donald J. Trump was inaugurated yesterday. I'm making this the day after the inauguration, and may be released tonight or maybe sometime tomorrow on Sunday. But point is, I just want to talk to you about the inauguration and what I think it means. Um, so what I hear going around a lot right now is that it's a conservative revolution, right? I saw something the other day that conservatism is the new punk rock, right? And I think that's true in some regards, I don't think that this is a conservative revolution, or at least like as it was back in the early '80s with Ronald Reagan. What I think Trumpism is really just a rejection of the past 8 years of this progressivism, this the identity politics, the political correctness, the cultural Marxism, all those things. And so it's not exactly a conservative movement to me. Like I think Donald Trump has. I mean, I have my disagreements with Donald Trump. I like him, but do have a few disagreements with him. Like I think he's kind of very big government in some ways, and I'm not for that. So I'm mostly a small government guy. Excuse me. And so yeah, so not exactly a conservative movement. It could very well evolve into something like that because with all this, new conservative media coming out, I think that it will become more trusted and more. And I think maybe the next generation, like after mine or whatever, may actually become more conservative. We never know, but with the rise of figures like Paula Joseph Watson, Gavin McInnes, Stephen Crowder, I really think that while conservatism is kind of like it's kind of become like this sort of like what a kid does just to piss his parents off. It's kind of like what a lot of people are doing now, just to piss the progressives and the leftists and the Marxists off. I think it's really just a kind of a big middle, kind of I'm not gonna do that in a video, but the big, just a big middle finger, a big screw you. And so, a Trump presidency, what I think that's gonna mean, I think Trump has the potential to be one of the most beloved presidents, like to go down in U.S. history. But that being said, I think he also could turn out to be if he doesn't deliver on his promises, I think he could very well down as a not a love president. He could just become a one-term president, and so I mean I hope I hope it all goes well, but there's always a chance it couldn't. So there's that. I mean I think that hope. I mean he's already bringing back some U.S. jobs. So that's a good thing. I mean I know a lot of people are upset in the manner in which he's doing it. Like I think a lot of people are calling it crony capitalism, and I honestly have not come to a conclusion on whether it is crony capitalism or not. I think, I mean, what I like to see is just everyone's on a level playing field. If you the free market, but I do believe that also that we should put taxes on companies that want to leave the country, make their goods elsewhere, and then come back tax free. I don't. I don't like that. I do think that there should be consequences for people that that want to take their business out of the country and then want to like sell it back in the country. I don't like that. I do want jobs back in America because I mean I've got 4 years in college and then I got to go out and then get a job, man. So I mean I don't want to be living on welfare as soon as I go out. Just so yeah. Okay. And okay, so this inauguration happened, and what I think we need to do now as Americans is, well, for one thing, I always say this: get informed on the issues. You know, find a place to get information you trust, and not just that, but read the Constitution, the United States Constitution and your state constitution. Know your rights. Know your rights as an American, because that's very important to us as Americans, is to know who we are and what our rights are. That's very important. And another thing is a lot of this with this identity politics is it's kind of become a team sport. Politics, it should be anything but a team sport. It needs to be about what is best for the country, right? And I think when the people you elect do something wrong, you should call them out on it. Like if we have a new president and a new Congress, we need to hold both their feet to the fire and make sure that they deliver on the things that they said they would do. They're only there because we elected them, right? And so I think that's very important to make sure that your representatives in Congress and your own president, that they know that they're accountable to the American people. That's very important. So yeah, just make sure that you keep your congressman or senator and president's feet to the fire, and that's what what American politics is all about, or should be about. I know it hasn't been that way for many years, but I think a lot of it is just because people are just so busy in their lives now. They work hard. They got kids to raise, and they just, the last thing they want to do is go to their town hall meeting. But and I get that. I'm definitely not. I do that too. I mean, I'm a full-time student. I'm busy a lot. The last thing I want to do sometimes is get involved. Sometimes I just want to like go back to my dorm. Just watch some Netflix, and drink some beer, and that's about it. But that's not a sustainable. That's not a sustainable republic. I mean, I know y'all have heard this before. Hopefully, that when after the founders framed the Constitution, and Benjamin Franklin walked out, and a woman asked him, "What kind of government have you created for us, sir?" And he said, "A republic, madam, if you can keep it." And I think that's very important. That's a very important point. Is that our republic only exists because we are the lifeblood of it. That's very important. It's only going to be efficient and only going to be it's only going to be a free country as long as we know what our rights are and we stay and we participate. That's how democracy works. All right. So just some final thoughts on all this is I'm all for telling the truth as it is. I do not like political correctness. I think honesty is the most important thing over trying to be polite. I mean, sure, being polite is important, but honesty is the most important thing. And so, but just remember that we're in a very divided country right now, and you know, many families and friends, aren't talking to each other anymore because of how divisive this election was. And I don't think that's Trump's fault. I think he just called out what he called it as he saw it, the truth, and then the mainstream media, as we know, twisted to make it like, oh, he's racist, oh, he's sexist, he's homophobic. I know we all heard it before. And the point is, you have to remember that these your family or friends, that they've been indoctrinated essentially into believing this, and while of course they are entitled to their opinion, just like you are, the open discussion and open argument and just free speech is very important. I mean, we need to go out and discuss the issues openly and honestly. And anything that make nice with your family and friends, because they're the most important things you have in your life. And, in Western civilization, the family is the building block for all things, and having friends ensures that communities stay together. I just can't stress that enough, that your friends and family are the most important things in your life. It's just they're all you have at the end of the day. So yeah. And another thing is also is whether you're religious or not, know that Judeo-Christian values are very important to our civilization. It's just the founders knew this. I mean, they weren't religious fundamentalists by any means, but they understood the fact that Judeo-Christian values and just that only a moral and religious people, to quote, I believe either Washington or Jefferson, one of the two, that only a moral and religious people are really suited to our Constitution and our republic. So yeah, get I'm not I don't know what your religion is, but just get right with your Maker. Very very important. And I think that about wraps it up. So thank you all for watching. I hope to make my aim is to make a new video at least once a week. Just I want to see how this goes. I think if this becomes, I'm gonna be patient, but if this just becomes just not a very worthwhile thing, then I will not continue. But I'm hoping it will. So just keep me in mind. Watch my stuff, share, and that's about it. Y'all have a good day. God bless.